Do you want an edge on your sports book? We know that you do. That's why we are here. Welcome into the Early Edge, the only daily sports betting podcast powered by SportsLine that's in your feed before 11 a.m. every single day, and we do it in 10 minutes or less. Coming off a really solid Saturday, we gave you Liberty. We gave you the under came in around 55 in the Bucks game. That was a lucky under. The over in the Raiders game. However, could have been a great day. But the money line bad beat monsters bit us again. One of the great finishes in NFL history. Fitzmagic does it again, and the Dolphins win against the Raiders. But as we always say here on the show, it's all about what we do next. Let's bring in our cappers right now. And you know these two faces, the two names. It's Sunday. That means they are here. Emory Hunt on the bottom, and the maestro, Larry Hartstein, is in your upper left-hand corner. Gentlemen, we've got a lot to get to, so let's jump right in. Okay. It's week 16. We're down to crunch time. Teams want to make it into the playoffs, and teams are going to go home at some point. All right, Emory, let's start with you. Giants, Ravens. The Ravens are giving 10. The total at 44. That according to our good friends at William Hill. Give it to me.
You want to play the hits right now when you're down on the scoreboard, and that's going to the team that is playing its best and a team that's going to be bringing back their quarterback, and that's Daniel Jones. So with the Ravens being 10-point favorites, lay those points with the Ravens. They need to continue to win in order to put themselves in position to get into the playoffs. The Giants have an issue here in defending the mobile quarterback along with the run game. So I would trust the Ravens to cover this one very easily.
Yeah, the Ravens have scored a lot of points lately, Emory, and they've covered 4 straight games. Okay, next game on our board, Maestro, we're going to you. Colts, Steelers. This one has a lot of impact on how the playoffs are going to shape up. It's a 1 Eastern kick. That line just moved to Steelers, -1.5, the total at 43. What do you got?
Well, the Steelers opened up as home dogs under Mike Tomlin, a very profitable situation. But they could not have looked worse the last 3 weeks. Each game a standalone prime time, and they looked horrible. So who wants to back the Steelers? The Colts are rolling. But if you look a little bit deeper, the Colts will be missing both of their starting tackles and their backup left tackle. So it's going to be third string Chaz Green, who got obliterated in the second half of the Houston game a few weeks back. It just sets up for a Steelers bounce back. I laid 1 with the Steelers. It's up to 1.5. I would still lay 1.5.
Pittsburgh is 0-4 against the spread in the last 4 games. However, this does feel, Larry, like it's one of those spots with all the champions and winners that the Steelers have and Big Ben throwing the rock that this could be a good bounce back for them. So you like the Steelers -2. All right, Larry, let's stay with you. Rams at the Seahawks, a huge one. 4:25 Eastern time today. Seahawks -1. The total at 47.5. What do you got, Larry?
It's another buy low spot. The Steelers, nobody wants to back them in this spot. And the Rams, they just lost to the Jets. So, but let's not forget that was a look ahead spot to this game. And the matchup, Sean McVay, 5-2 against the Seahawks in his career leading the Rams. And earlier this year, Jalen Ramsey completely shut down DK Metcalf. 2 catches, no targets while Jalen Ramsey was on him. He did finish with 2 grabs for 28 yards. So it's just a good matchup for the Rams. I just think they're the better team.
All right. I know there's a lot of people out there right now scratching their heads, but that's why the Maestro is who he is, and that's why you're watching us, to get the information. Okay, here on the Early Edge, we love props, especially on Sundays, and I know that you've got a favorite prop of the day. Emory, do you got something for me?
For the primetime game, I like Derrick Henry.
I'm going to stop you right there. You're supposed to say, no, I didn't like any props today, but I'm sure Larry has one.
Oh, well, that's why you're the coach. You're coaching me up on air, so I'm going to toss that football over to Larry, and he can take it away.
Oh, thanks, Emory. I'm going to stick with that Rams-Seahawks game. If you look in the first game, Russell Wilson, 8 rushes, 60 yards. And you know why? Because they can't run their regular offense against the Rams. His rushing number is only 25.5. Go over that because he'll be scrambling under pressure, and there will also be some designed runs. I also love this one, Calvin Ridley, over 5.5 catches at the Chiefs. No Julio Jones. Last 2 weeks, 26 targets, 18 catches. They'll probably be playing from behind. Matt Ryan will be throwing, and Calvin Ridley will get 6 grabs.
Yeah, this young kid is an absolute superstar in the making. I like both of those props as well. All right, it's now prime time. Chris Berman's office used to be right next to mine at ESPN, and he used to practice that on Sunday morning. Prime time. All right, our prime time play of the day. Emory, let's start with you.
Packers -3. I just think the offense has looked outstanding, and they're going to really test that secondary of Tennessee. So I expect a lot of deep shots by Aaron Rodgers to those receivers. So I'm laying those points with Green Bay.
I'm going to agree with you, Emory, and it comes down to two things. Tennessee, no pressure on the quarterback, 14 sacks all year, so Aaron Rodgers is going to have time. And also, it's going to be Green Bay weather. I mean, we're talking about wind chills in the teens. We're talking about snow at home in December. And the Packers, have not done a good job covering big numbers against Carolina and against the Lions. They didn't cover, but this is a 3-point spread, and I think they'll be extremely focused and get the job done.
This could be the best Sunday night game of the entire year. That's how good this matchup is. Both teams can score as well. It should be a lot of fun at Lambeau tonight. All right, now, after my turnover a minute ago, I'm ready to feed you a really good dime here, Emory. Your primetime prop of the day. Give it to me.
Well, Larry, Jim Cantori, Hartstein told you guys about the weather. So that means Derrick Henry, once again, will go over 100 yards on the ground. So that's one of my best props. Also, the first score of the game will be Green Bay scoring a touchdown. I don't know who it will be, but it will be a touchdown that will be first scored by the Packers in this ball game. So take those two props.
Emory, I like those, and I think you're getting really good plus money on that Green Bay touchdown to be the first score of the game. I'm going to look at Green Bay. Aaron Jones over 98.5 combined rushing and receiving yards. No Jamal Williams tonight. That guy has 715 yards from scrimmage, so he's a big part of the offense. He's out in the 2 games that he's missed, either partly or fully. Aaron Jones has gotten 23 touches and 20 touches. I don't think they're going to trust A.J. Dillon in a very tight game, especially in pass protection. So I'm going to bank on Aaron Jones still playing for that contract to get 100 yards from scrimmage.
Boy, he is a lot of fun to watch play football and run the rock for sure. I know what you all are thinking at home right now. You're like, these are two of the greatest cappers that I've ever heard speak on TV or streaming, right? Well, if you want more than this, then you got to open up a SportsLine account. And right now, if you use the promo code EDGE, that's EDGE, you're getting 30 days for free. And all of our great cappers at sportsline.com and also the SportsLine app. Okay. It's time to grab your pencil, grab your paper. It's time for our recap. And we gave you so many picks today in under 10 minutes. Here we go. Ravens minus the 10. Emory loves them. They've covered 4 straight games. Emory says they're going to make it 5. Larry loves the Steelers minus the 1.5. This line keeps moving, so get it right now over the Colts. The Steelers playing at home. Also, Larry likes the Rams on the road at Seattle, getting 1 point today. Basically, this is a pick-em game. Now, in our favorite props of the day, Larry loves Calvin Ridley over 5.5 catches and Russell Wilson over 25.5 rushing yards. In our primetime pick, both Emory and Larry are on the Packers minus the 3. And in their primetime prop pick, first scoring play is a Green Bay touchdown, says Emory, and Derrick Henry over 105 and a half rushing yards. He's had like 9 straight games on the road over 100 yards. Think about that for a second. That's how good Derrick Henry has been. And finally, the Maestro loves Aaron Jones, the other stud running back, playing tonight in this game over 98.5 rushing and receiving yards as well. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks here in week 16. This is the only place you're going to get this many picks in under 10 minutes. All right, that's going to do it for us. For Emory Hunt, for the Maestro, Larry Hartstein, for Jacob the Jeweler, our producer who puts all of this diamond together, I'm your leader, the coach. Best of luck, and remember, this is the only place every single day, 7 days a week, for your early edge.